when you look up at the sky, everything might seem familiar. The sun rises, the stars shine, and the moon lights up the night. But did you know there are incredible facts that could change how you see the universe? We often take space for granted, but it's a place of wonder and mystery. From the colors we perceive to the vast distances between celestial objects, there's so much more to space than meets the eye. In this video, we'll delve into some mind-blowing space facts that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the cosmos. Get ready for an awe-inspiring journey through the universe. Have you ever stopped to think about the color of the sun? I mean, it's yellow, right? Well, not so fast. We've all seen those beautiful sunsets where the sun appears a fiery orange or a radiant red. But those colors are actually a result of Earth's atmosphere scattering sunlight. You see, light from the sun is made up of all the colors of the rainbow combined. When this light reaches Earth's atmosphere, it gets scattered by tiny particles in the air. Blue and violet light gets scattered the most, which is why the sky appears blue during the day. So what about the sun? Well, since blue and violet light are scattered away, the remaining colors, red, orange, yellow, green, and some blue, reach our eyes. Since our eyes are more sensitive to yellow wavelengths, that's the color we perceive the sun to be. But if you could somehow observe the sun from space without any atmospheric interference, it would appear white. It's like a giant cosmic light bulb emitting all colors of the spectrum. Pretty cool, huh? Let's rewind the cosmic clock all the way back to the very beginning. How did this vast and incredible universe come to be? Well, the prevailing theory is the Big Bang. Now, I know what you're thinking. A big explosion? Doesn't sound very scientific, but trust me, it's a lot more complex than that. Imagine a point smaller than an atom, containing all the matter and energy of the entire universe. This point was unimaginably dense and hot. Then, about 13.8 billion years ago, this point began to expand rapidly, not like an explosion, but rather like the inflating of a balloon. As the universe expanded and cooled, energy began to convert into matter, forming the first subatomic particles. These particles eventually combined to form atoms and then stars and galaxies. It's mind-boggling to think that everything we see around us, the planets, the stars, even ourselves, originated from this single point. And the universe is still expanding today. It's like a cosmic symphony that began billions of years ago and is still playing out before our very eyes. Now, you might think that our solar system is just as old as the universe itself, but that's not quite right. While the universe is about 13.8 billion years old, our solar system is a relative youngster, clocking in at around 4.5 billion years old. So how did our little corner of the universe come to be? Well, it all started with a giant cloud of gas and dust, the remnants of a long-gone star that went supernova. This cloud, known as a solar nebula, began to collapse under its own gravity. As the nebula collapsed, it started to spin faster and faster, like a figure skater pulling in their arms. This spinning motion caused the cloud to flatten into a disk, with most of the material clumping together in the center. This central clump eventually became so dense and hot that nuclear fusion began. And voila! Our sun was born. The remaining material in the disk clumped together to form the planets, moons, and asteroids that make up our solar system. Chapter 4. Are gas giants only made of gas? We've all heard of gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn, those massive planets that dwarf our own. But have you ever wondered what lies beneath their swirling clouds? Are they just giant balls of gas, as their name suggests? Well, not exactly. While these planets are primarily composed of hydrogen and helium, just like stars, they're not entirely gaseous. Deep down beneath their thick atmospheres, scientists believe that gas giants have solid cores. Now, these cores aren't your typical rocky cores like Earth's. They're thought to be made up of heavier elements like iron and nickel, compressed under immense pressure and heat. Jupiter's core, for instance, is estimated to be about the size of Earth, but with a mass several times greater. So the next time you look at a picture of Jupiter or Saturn, remember that there's more to these gas giants than meets the eye. They're not just fluffy clouds of gas, but complex worlds with hidden depths. Chapter 5. Do all meteors hit Earth? We often picture meteors as fiery streaks across the sky, crashing into Earth with a devastating impact. But did you know that not all meteors actually make it to the surface? Some of them have a rather interesting encounter with our atmosphere. These special meteors are called Earth-grazing fireballs. Now, imagine a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere at a very shallow angle. Instead of plunging straight down, it skims through the upper layers of the atmosphere like a stone skipping across a pond. As the meteor grazes the atmosphere, it experiences intense friction, which causes it to heat up and glow brightly. This is what creates the spectacular fireball we see in the sky, but instead of burning up entirely or crashing into Earth, the Earth grazer has enough speed and just the right angle to escape Earth's gravity. It's like a cosmic near miss. The meteor dips into our atmosphere for a brief fiery visit before slingshotting back out into the vastness of space. Talk about a close shave. Chapter 6. Water in Space. We often think of water as being essential for life, and here on Earth it's abundant. But what about space? Is water a rare commodity in the vast cosmic desert? Well, it might surprise you to learn that water is actually quite common in space. You see, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, two of the most abundant elements in the universe. And while liquid water is rare, scientists have found evidence of water ice on planets, moons, comets, and even in interstellar clouds. Take Europa, for example. This moon of Jupiter has a subsurface ocean that's thought to contain more water than all the oceans on Earth combined. And then there are exoplanets like GJ1214b, which is believed to be a water world, a planet covered entirely in a vast, deep ocean. So, while we haven't found any alien life swimming in these extraterrestrial oceans yet, the presence of water in space gives us hope that we might not be alone in the universe. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, always seems to be watching over us. But have you ever stopped to think about how far away it actually is? We see it in the sky, seemingly close enough to touch, but the distance is more mind-boggling than you might realize. The average distance between Earth and the moon is about 384,400 kilometers, or 238,855 miles. Now that might not sound like much, but consider this. You could fit all the other planets in our solar system, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, side by side in the space between Earth and the moon, with room to spare. That's right. Our moon is so far away that it completely changes our perspective on the scale of our solar system. It makes you realize just how vast and empty space truly is. So, the next time you look up at the moon, remember that it's not just a pretty face in the night sky. It's a massive celestial body that's hundreds of thousands of kilometers away, reminding us of the incredible scale of the cosmos. We often describe the sun as a giant ball of fire. But is that really an accurate description? I mean, it certainly looks like it's on fire, right? But here's the thing. What we perceive as fire is actually a chemical reaction called combustion, which requires oxygen, and guess what? There's no oxygen in space, so how does the sun produce all that heat and light? Well, it's not burning in the traditional sense. Instead, the sun is powered by a process called nuclear fusion. Deep down in the sun's core, the pressure and temperature are so extreme that hydrogen atoms are forced to fuse together, creating helium and releasing an enormous amount of energy in the process. And think of it like a giant cosmic power plant, constantly fusing atoms and releasing energy that travels through space and reaches us as light and heat. So the next time you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, remember that it's not from a roaring fire, but from the incredible power of nuclear fusion, the same process that powers stars all across the universe. As we explore the cosmos and discover new planets beyond our solar system, one question looms large. Could humans ever live on another planet? It's a question that has captivated scientists, science fiction writers, and dreamers alike. Now, finding a planet that could support human life is no easy feat. We need a planet that's in the habitable zone of its star, not too hot, not too cold, but just right for liquid water to exist. And of course, we'd need an atmosphere that we could breathe. Scientists are actively searching for such planets, and they've already found a few promising candidates. But even if we find the perfect planet, getting there and establishing a colony is a whole other challenge. It would require overcoming incredible technological hurdles and adapting to a completely new environment. But hey, humans are a resourceful species. We've overcome challenges throughout our history. And who knows what the future holds? As we stand at the precipice of a new era of space exploration, the possibilities seem endless. With advancements in technology and a renewed sense of wonder, we're pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and venturing further into the cosmos than ever before. But what does the future hold for us space explorers? Will we establish a permanent presence on Mars? Will we mine asteroids for precious resources? Will we finally answer the age-old question, are we alone in the universe? These are exciting times, my friends. The answers to these questions are out there, waiting to be discovered. And it's up to us, the curious and the courageous, to continue to explore, to learn, and to push the boundaries of what's possible. So keep looking up at the stars and never stop asking questions. The universe is full of wonders, and who knows what incredible discoveries await us in the vast expanse of space. So there you have it, mind-blowing space facts that might have changed your perspective on the universe. From the true color of the sun to the possibility of life beyond Earth, space continues to amaze and inspire us. What do you think? Will humans find a new home in space, or is Earth our only safe haven? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing facts. The universe is vast and full of mysteries, and there's still so much more to discover. So keep looking up at the stars, keep asking questions, and never lose your sense of wonder.